Welcome to another edition of Set the Pace, running news from Australia and internationally. Alright guys, my name's Neil. Thanks very much for checking out this video. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and to share this video with your running friends and your running community. Now you've just seen some photos from runners who belong to the Running Duck Effect Strava Club, and at the end of this video I'll show you some more photos from their runs from various places from throughout the world. Guys, if you'd like to join the Running Duck Effect Strava Club, just search the Running Duck Effect at Strava, and I'll also put a link to the running club in the descriptions down below. So guys, check it out. Upload your photos to your runs on Strava and they may appear here on a future edition of Set the Pace. Now, before I get into this week's running news, I just want to share something with you about the Hoka Rincon 2s, and I just want to confirm what everybody else has been saying about the Rincons from Hoka, about the outsoles. Not great durability, guys. A lot of people have said exactly the same thing, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see there. A lot of wear already there on the forefoot area, not so much back here towards the heel, but that's after 263 kilometers. So yeah, durability is not great, but I really enjoy running in these shoes. They're a really comfortable ride. I still think there's a fair bit in there, although you can see that it's just starting to peel off there a little bit. So if you are interested in looking at the Rincons, just be aware of that outsole issue and the durability factor. All right, let's jump into some marathon talk. And last weekend in Japan, the Lake Biwa Marathon was held. Now this was the 76th edition of the Lake Biwa Marathon, and it is pretty much an elite only marathon. You have to have run sub 2:30 to gain an entry. This year it was won by a Japanese runner, Kengo Suzuki, who set a new national record of 2:04.56. Now Suzuki's improvement from last year's Lake Biwa Marathon was quite spectacular. He ran 2:10.47 last year to finish 12th behind Evans Chebet from Kenya. Now we talk so much about the depth of running in Kenya and Ethiopia and those sort of countries, but the running depth in Japan is just incredible. 40 runners under 2:10, 174 runners under 2:20. The top 15 runners, there was one Kenyan in that list, all ran PBs. There was 2 debutants. Just an amazing result, and just shows you that how good distance running is in Japan. Branching away from Lake Biwa for a moment, Yuki Kawawachi, who finished 10th in 2:07.27, his first sub 2:8 performance, has been recognised by the Guinness World Records for running 100 marathons under 2 hours 20. Now he was recognised for this feat after running the Hofu Marathon on December 20 last year. His durability is just amazing. Now, for many people in Australia, you'll know the name Yuki Kawawachi because he is a former winner of the Gold Coast Marathon, known as the Japanese citizen runner. Now, Yuki, upon receiving his award, has said that he's quite confident that he can continue to run sub 2:20 marathons until well into his 40s, and he's not even ruling out that he could be still running that quick into his 50s. Now Yuki is only 33, so really the mind boggles just how many sub 2:20 marathons he could finish up with. Still on marathons, last week's edition we spoke about the NN Mission Marathon being held in Hamburg, and world record holder Eliud Kipchoge being one of the starters for that April 11 marathon. Still finding it quite difficult to find an entry list for that marathon, but South Africa's Garda Steen, Irvet van Zyl and Precious Michelle have all indicated that they will be taking part. Now Kenya has named their Olympic marathon teams for Tokyo later in the year. And predictably, of course, Kipchoge, as the reigning Olympic champion, is going to head up the men's team, which also includes Laurent Chirono, Amos Kiprutu and Vincent Kipchumba. Now the women's team consists of Bridget Kosgei, Ruth Chepngetich, Peres Chepchirchir and Vivian Cheriot. So that's the Kenyan team that's been announced. Now the final bit of marathon talk that I've got for you this week, guys, is that the London Marathon virtual event on October 3 is sold out. 50,000 runners from around the world are going to take part in that virtual event. So that has proven really popular for the organisers of the London Marathon. Now just going back to the Olympic Games movement for a moment, guys. My home city, Brisbane, has been announced by the International Olympic Committee as the preferred host for the 2032 Olympic Games. So that's a huge announcement for our city. From all indications, Brisbane are pretty much over the line, but you just never know. We've got to keep our fingers crossed and wait for that official announcement from the IOC. Now, continuing with the theme of good news, parkrun is back in England. Woo! A release from the Parkrun HQ in the past week has indicated that June 5 will be the resumption date for parkrun in England. I'm sure it's going to be a welcome relief for runners everywhere in England. I understand that the juniors are going to start back on April 11. Fantastic news for everyone involved with parkrun over there in England. We've been very fortunate here in Australia that we've been back up and running for a number of months, and I can tell you that a lot of people really did appreciate that when parkrun resumed in Australia. Good luck with those dates, everyone over there in England. Parkrun HQ has said that they expect upwards of 90% of the parkruns to resume in England on that June 5. So fingers crossed, guys, for you over there, that everything goes well and you get back to your parkruns in June. Now, just quickly, guys, Lyndon Hall set a new Australian and Oceania 1K track record at the Box Hill Burn track meeting in Melbourne this week. She ran 2:35.90 to set those new marks. Stewie McSwain's assault on Craig Mottram's 5K track record of 12:55. It's going to have to wait for another day. Stewie did a fantastic job doing a lot of front running work, but just fell off the pace in the last few laps and finished with a 13:05.87. Just outside his personal best, but well inside the Olympic qualifying standard over that distance. So that now means that Stewie has Olympic qualifying times for the 1500, 5000 and 10,000 metres going forward to Tokyo later this year. And just a couple of quick results too, guys. The Hobart's Run the Bridge, which I mentioned in last week's edition, the 10 kilometres was won by Jack Rayner and Genevieve Gregson. Rayner running 28:28 and Gregson running 32:21. There you go, a few snippets from what's been happening in the running world. I'll leave you with a few more photos from our members of our Strava club. A couple of friends here to help me sign off. So guys, until next week, stay safe and happy running. Hooroo!